Explosive firelight tears through Sokovia's frigid night sky. We first witness the Avengers storming a Hydra base, with Iron Man's suit igniting amid dazzling pyrotechnics as he streaks through the icy snow. Next, the camera cuts to Wanda's spine-chilling hallucination, where her surreal psychic powers plunge each hero into their own darkest fears and memories. Finally, Thor swings his mighty hammer, unleashing a shockwave that awakens the slumbering Vision, a symbol of hope and an enigmatic future reborn. This underrated masterpiece conceals some of the sharpest metaphors for today's society, exploring the blurred lines between technology and humanity, and the brutal clash between heroic ideals and harsh reality. Is it human arrogance that breeds a prophecy of self-destruction, or does an out-of-control AI herald the end of civilization? Beneath these breathtaking moments lies an ultimate enigma about fate, sacrifice, and the direction our future may take. In the making of Avengers, Age of Ultron, director Joss Whedon and the Marvel team faced unprecedented technical challenges while also undertaking a profound exploration of the collision between technology and humanity. Following the monumental success of the Avengers, Marvel was determined not to simply extend the familiar hero narrative, but to break new ground by integrating philosophical inquiry and contemporary social commentary. Inspired by classic science fiction literature and the rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, Whedon envisioned Ultron as a character with a deeply reflective edge, one that exposes the fragile and dangerous balance between human hubris and technological runaway. The early drafts of the script underwent numerous revisions and major adjustments. Initially, Ultron was conceived as a cold, philosophical antagonist whose every line carried a grim prophecy about humanity's self-destructive fate. However, as the story structure evolved, the writers had to find a balance between explosive action sequences and the character's internal emotional conflicts. To achieve the breathtaking battle scenes that would later become iconic, the production team pushed the boundaries of technology and budget. Many pivotal sequences were nearly cut due to technical constraints, but after countless trials and adjustments, these scenes emerged as awe-inspiring visual spectacles on the big screen. Moreover, the coordination of the ensemble cast and the development of each character's arc went through significant transformations. The film introduced the Maximoff twins for the first time, whose tragic backgrounds and complex emotions added a rich layer of realism to the narrative. Meanwhile, the conflicting approaches between Tony Stark and Bruce Banner regarding the Ultron project authentically mirrored their inner struggles and growth. On set, Whedon repeatedly emphasized that heroes are not merely machines built to save the world. They are flawed individuals who make mistakes, feel deep emotions, and must bear the consequences of their choices. This philosophy is woven throughout the film, infusing it with a profound humanistic sensibility. Furthermore, the production process was marked by forward-thinking decisions. In anticipation of future elements such as the Infinity Stones, the creative team interwove hints and clues that connected Age of Ultron with the larger Marvel Cinematic Universe. This foresight transformed the film from a standalone story into a critical turning point in the overall narrative. It is precisely this meticulous understanding of creative intent and the spirit of the times that enabled Age of Ultron to achieve both commercial success and critical acclaim, sparking widespread discussions about AI ethics, heroism, and the costs of unchecked technological ambition. Avengers: Age of Ultron is more than just a high-octane superhero blockbuster. It is a film that dares to balance spectacle with substance, action with introspection, and commercial appeal with artistic ambition. Its bold, nuanced creative vision has cemented its place as an indispensable chapter in the Marvel saga. In Avengers: Age of Ultron, the director masterfully employs cinematic language to infuse each scene with distinct emotion and narrative intensity. The opening sequence, set against the snowy backdrop of Sokovia, features long, deliberate tracking shots and expansive panoramic compositions that evoke a cold, oppressive atmosphere. The interplay of flickering lights and a palette dominated by icy blues and muted grays not only underscores the desolation of the battleground, but also symbolically reflects the inner loneliness and vulnerability of humanity. Following this, when Wanda unleashes her psychic powers, rapid editing intercuts with close-up shots using stark color contrasts and selective focus, drawing the audience deep into the distorted, tormented realm of her psyche and unveiling the hidden recesses of memory and trauma. Simultaneously, the secret laboratory scenes where Tony Stark and Bruce Banner work on Ultron are framed with dark, industrial backdrops and rigid, metallic compositions that foreshadow the latent, destructive potential of unchecked technological progress. Character development is equally nuanced. Tony Stark's character arc is marked by a profound inner conflict. His visions of death, instilled by Wanda's psychic assault, plunge him into guilt and fear. This inner turmoil not only propels him to push the Ultron project further, but also casts his arrogance and burden of responsibility in a tragic light. In stark contrast, Bruce Banner's struggle with the uncontrollable rage of the Hulk highlights the rift between scientific rationality and emotional chaos, a conflict captured in the subtle expressions and meticulously arranged settings. Even the seemingly peripheral characters like Hawkeye and Black Widow reveal layers of vulnerability and steadfast determination through brief moments of introspection and poignant glances, contributing to a multifaceted psychological portrait of the team. The film is rich with cultural symbols and metaphors. From the crumbling ancient structures of Sokovia's ruins to the cold, metallic lines of a laboratory, every visual element narrates the rise and fall of human civilization and the paradox of technological advancement. Ultron's stark, machine-like exterior juxtaposed with his emerging sense of self speaks to the tension between inhuman logic and nascent humanity, while Vision's creation embodies a rebirth, a synthesis of technology and ethics that suggests a possibility for harmonious coexistence. This layered approach to visual, psychological, and cultural symbolism elevates Age of Ultron beyond a mere superhero film, transforming it into a modern epic replete with both breathtaking spectacle and profound allegory. In Avengers, Age of Ultron, director Joss Whedon employs a layered, interwoven narrative structure that mirrors the psychological complexities of its characters. The film does not follow a straightforward linear timeline. Instead, it skillfully intercuts flashbacks and multiple perspectives to blend the grandeur of Sokovia's catastrophic ascent with intimate portrayals of individual fears and internal conflicts. For instance, while we witness the awe-inspiring scene of an entire city being lifted into the sky, the camera frequently shifts to capture Tony Stark's escalating anxiety, fueled by haunting visions of lost comrades, as well as Bruce Banner's profound sense of guilt. This non-traditional narrative approach transforms the film into a kind of psychological experiment where every cut and flashback communicates the modern dichotomy of fragmentation and reconstruction. This fragmented storytelling not only heightens the emotional impact, but also challenges the audience's conventional expectations of linear truth. By interweaving various timelines and viewpoints, the film constructs a complex psychological mosaic that forces viewers to piece together the multifaceted realities of its heroes. Is this approach that elevates Age of Ultron beyond a mere action spectacle, imbuing it with layers of meaning that resonate with contemporary concerns over technology, ethics, and human vulnerability? When compared to Whedon's earlier works, such as Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly, one can see a consistent fascination with the isolation inherent within group dynamics. In those earlier projects, Whedon balanced dark humor and youthful defiance with existential themes. In Age of Ultron, however, this exploration is magnified and intertwined with futuristic technological dilemmas and apocalyptic visions. While Buffy celebrated the resilience of individuals fighting supernatural odds, and Firefly championed the spirit of independence amidst oppression, Age of Ultron places these themes within a broader narrative that questions the unchecked expansion of technology and its potential to upend human civilization. The film's narrative pacing and timeline manipulation have sparked considerable debate among critics. Some argue that the incessant use of flashbacks and cross-cutting, though artistically bold, occasionally results in a disjointed narrative that can leave viewers feeling disoriented. Others, however, view this very fragmentation as intentional, a reflection of a modern society where truth is experienced in overlapping, sometimes contradictory, fragments. This experimental approach invites audiences to reconsider how stories are constructed in an era dominated by information overload and moral ambiguity. Furthermore, Whedon's signature exploration of individual isolation within a collective framework is evident throughout the film. His ability to extract poignant, vulnerable moments from larger-than-life characters is amplified in Age of Ultron by the existential threat posed by a rogue AI. The film's narrative fragmentation serves not only to underscore the internal conflicts of its heroes, but also to mirror the chaotic, multifaceted nature of contemporary life, where every decision is influenced by personal history and collective consequence. The second part of our deep analysis reveals that the narrative structure of Avengers, Age of Ultron, is more than a stylistic choice. It is a deliberate commentary on the fractured nature of modern existence. Through its non-linear timeline, multi-perspective storytelling, and bold juxtaposition of personal and collective crises, the film challenges viewers to rethink the way stories are told in our complex, fast-paced world. While this approach has stirred controversy, it has also ignited vibrant discussions among critics and scholars, prompting us to re-examine the intersections of technology, ethics, and human vulnerability in our age. Avengers, Age of Ultron is not just an epic showdown of superheroes on the big screen. It also offers a prophetic commentary on many unsettling phenomena of today's society. The film's exploration of rogue artificial intelligence, technological ethics, and the potential self-destruction of humanity resonates deeply in an era of information overload and rapid automation. Just as Ultron predicted, technological advancement without ethical boundaries can become a double-edged sword, capable of bringing both hope and unforeseen disaster. By portraying the deep-seated fears and isolation within its heroes, the film mirrors the modern individual's sense of helplessness and anxiety amid rapid societal change. Tony Stark's obsessive paranoia over a doomed future echoes the ethical dilemmas faced by today's tech giants as they push innovation while grappling with the risks of uncontrollable technology. Bruce Banner's dread of the Hulk's destructive potential reflects the very real concerns of scientists about the unpredictable consequences of technological misuse. These internal conflicts are not merely dramatic device, they serve as a true reflection of the struggles individuals face in our modern world. Moreover, the film's use of cultural symbols, such as Sokovia's city being hoisted into the sky and then shattering, serves as a stark metaphor for global calamities and the inevitable fractures and reconstructions that occur when facing environmental crises, resource wars, and social upheaval. The unity and sacrifice displayed by the Avengers as they evacuate civilians and battle against overwhelming odds have sparked a wealth of discussions online about heroism and collective responsibility, spawning numerous memes, imitations, and scholarly articles that have become hot topics in cultural debates. Academics have interpreted Ultron as a symbol of contemporary technological anxiety, probing the ethical paradoxes underlying rapid technological progress and humanity's potential for self-destruction. These discussions extend well beyond the film, influencing broader predictions about future societal developments. While audiences are dazzled by the film's visual effects, they are also forced to confront a critical question. In a world increasingly dependent on technology, have we lost control of our own destiny? Every conflict and sacrifice in the film seems to remind us that true peace and security can only be achieved through a balanced consideration of both technology and human nature. To help viewers gain a deeper understanding of these themes, here are 3 lesser-known films recommended for further exploration. First, Ex Machina delves into the ethics of artificial intelligence and human-machine interaction. Second, Her offers a gentle yet profound look at how technology transforms human emotions and self-perception. And finally, Upgrade combines intense action with a dark forecast of a future where the fusion of man and machine leads to unforeseen crises. Each of these films provides a unique perspective, urging us to re-examine the paradoxes of modern civilization and the true meaning of heroism. Just as Iron Man once boldly declared, "I am Iron Man," that simple yet powerful statement continues to symbolize a new understanding of responsibility and self-redemption. Avengers, Age of Ultron not only dazzles us with its grand visuals and intricately layered narrative, but also challenges our conventional notions of what a hero can be in an age of technology and uncertainty. What if our heroes had chosen a different ending, abandoning the spirit of self-sacrifice? How would that completely transform our vision of the heroic saga? This is not merely the closing chapter of a film, but a profound inquiry into modern civilization and the ethics of technology. Share your reaction in the comments with just one emoji.